But my mom had bought me gym shorts that was my exact size and extra small. So that wasn't very cool because it came down mid-thigh. And apparently back in the day, that was called a John Stockton. And the same kid next to me, that bully next to me, he's like, hey, look at it. Hey, don't wear your pants like that. Pull your pants down, man. Pull your pants down. And I was like, who's the gay one now? But I didn't know what to do. Everybody was looking at me, and this kid kept saying, pull your pants down. So I was like, oh, I've seen Shawshank Redemption. Maybe it's just how it works in America. So I start pulling down my shorts all the way down to my knees, all the way down to my ankle. And the same kid, the bully next to me, is like, hey, what are you doing? Don't pull them down all the way. That's gay. And I'm like, what is not gay in this country? And apparently this other kid next to me is like, hey, don't pull them down all the way. Just sag them a little bit. Just sag your pants. And I didn't know what sagging your pants meant. Apparently that's a cool hip-hop thing, to pull your pants down halfway down your butt. So you show everybody your And apparently that's the only not gay way to wear your pants in America. I had no idea. All these weird American things I wasn't used to. Eventually, I learned how to speak English by watching a lot of TV, mainly BET Rap City. Because that was my I want to be cool, and nothing cooler than BET Rap City, right? Every music video was a slice of somebody's American dream. The first music video I saw was Jay-Z's Big Pimpin'. You guys remember that? Jay-Z's Big Pimpin' was the greatest music video of all time. It's Jay-Z and his boys on a yacht pouring champagne on this beautiful woman's face for like 4 minutes. I was like, this is America? It's amazing. That's all I wanted to do. Like before I even wanted to get into stand-up, but that's all I wanted to do. I want to be a rapper. I want to be like Jay-Z and Big Pimpin'. So I started my own rap group in high school. It's a true story. It was me, my black friend Julian, and my other friend Yuji, who was half black and half Japanese. So we had perfectly 1.5 black dudes and 1.5 Asian dudes. And we called ourselves the Yellow Panthers. I know. I wish I was making that up, but I'm not. The Yellow Panthers was a real rap group, and we had a real rap song. It was called Underground Railroad Builder. I was confused. Eventually, I became a good Asian American, and I went to school to get an economics degree because that was the easiest degree that can still appease my Asian parents. But then after I graduated, I didn't want to do like econ or finance. So I went up to my dad. I was like, Dad, I don't want to do any of this. I want to go try and do stand-up. And he was like, what's a stand-up? You mean like a talk show? I was like, yeah, sure, talk show, whatever you want to call it, okay? But I want to go pursue my dreams. And he was like, no. Pursue your dreams, how you become homeless. I was like, no, Dad, things are different now. We're in America, okay? In America, we're supposed to do what we love. He was like, no. Everyone does what they hate for money and use the money to do what they love.
Oh, my dad has swag, man. He's 74 years old and he walks around the house like this, you know what I mean? And he's always laughing. He's like, yeah. And he's always pointing at shit that's not there. He's like, yeah. Like my dad's a special man, you know? Like he taught me lessons in 5 seconds or less. You know, he didn't sit me down and have long conversations. 9 years old watching cartoons. My dad walks in and goes, son, don't talk about it, be about it, and just left the fucking room. There's another reason my dad has swag. This black man has a PhD in nuclear physics. Right? Now I hear the Asian people. Oh, okay. Black man plus PhD equal white man. My mom. It's my mom, calm down. My mom, she was born and raised in Korea, South Side. Now we know who doesn't watch the news in this room. But here's the thing about Asian women. They don't have filters. If they think it, they say it, it flies out their mouth. If you don't believe me, go to the airport. They all got masks over their mouths, just walking around, talking shit about people like, oh, you so stupid, you so dumb. Oh, your purse is fake. My mom has no filter. That's what I'm saying, no filter, man. I was 12 years old. My mom buys me my first pet. It's a little black Cocker Spaniel. I was so excited. I was like, Mom, what should we name it? She looks at the dog and goes, well, it's black. Let's name it Blackie. You can't name a black dog Blackie, Mom. That's racist. She go, oh, so funny, so funny. I racist, okay. You know you have black dad, right? So I live in Houston, Texas, in an all-white neighborhood, predominantly racist with a dog named Blackie. I didn't care. I was having the time of my life with the dog in the front yard. It's dinner time. My mom comes out and goes, hey, Blackie, come home. Even the racist white people were like, God damn, that bitch is racist.
Like I'm like quasi-famous now. Nothing's really changed. I might get a free appetizer at select PF Chang's. That's about it. Nothing's really changed. I was still using Tinder up until like a year ago. This is a true story. But now I realize I got a whole new set of issues on Tinder. Like now when I do match with a girl, she doesn't believe that it's me. Like, ugh, that's not you. You're not that guy from this thing and that thing. I'm like, who the fuck is using me as a fake profile? You gotta dig real deep to use me, man. I feel like there's so many better choices out there. One time my agent told me that I had a good look. And I'm like, thanks, dude, I appreciate that. But then it took me years to realize that having a good look is totally different than being good looking. I still don't know what the fuck it means. And look, I'm not being self-deprecating, okay? That's Hollywood talk. I don't listen to that shit. I understand that in real life, I'm like super good looking. If you're into anime. You gotta get in where you fit in, people. One time I went over to the girl's house. She has this like Naruto anime poster in her bedroom. I knew I was fucking that night. You gotta know your demo, people. Asian people, we don't need Tinder anymore. We just go to BTS concerts. That's how we do that parking lot pimping. I've been dating a lot of tall girls lately because it makes me look successful. No. I think tall women are beautiful, but some of them like to wear heels. That's just disrespect. I'm like, you're already 5 inches taller than me. Why the fuck are you wearing heels? And she's like, it makes my ass look better. I'm like, your ass is at my eye level right now. Neither of us look good, okay? I look like a child, and you look like a child molester. Last time I took a tall girl to this concert. I don't know if you guys know this, but apparently tall people have fun at concerts. Are you guys aware of that? I'm 5'5". I just go to concerts to smell other people's armpits. Like, what the fuck's the point of this? She was having a time of her life doing what I've taught people to do at concerts, you know? Jumping around, obstructing other people's views, seeing everything. I was frustrated. I had enough. So I just looked up at her. I was like, hey, pick me up.
How we got engaged is an amazing story. I rented out this place called the Malibu Winery, right? It has zebras, giraffes. Oh, it's a fairy tale, right? So the idea I had was I was gonna surprise her. She doesn't know I'm there. I'm gonna walk, that's our dog Paul, so I was gonna walk with Paul, right? I was gonna take the ring off his neck. She was gonna turn around. I was gonna look at her and go, baby, I love you so much. I can't imagine my life without you. Every day that goes by that we're not married is a wasted day. Will you marry me, right? Yeah. That's what I thought I was gonna say. It's the big day, right? So I'm walking with my dog, I take the ring off her neck, she turns around, we make eye contact. I start ugly crying, I'm like, ah! I'm like, every day, now I'm sounding like Fetty Wap, you know what I mean? Oh my goodness. It was so amazing. It was the worst proposal ever. But she still said yes. And that's the most important part, right? So I had another surprise for her. After we got engaged, we took engagement photos then. I surprised her with a dinner, right? It was her family, my family, and all of her friends. And I took this picture with her family at the end of the night. Now, this is before I saw the movie Get Out. Now when her mom asked me to come over, I'm like, no! Yeah, man, 6 months after that, on Valentine's Day, we got married. Yeah. Look at her, so calm, so beautiful, no tears. Let's look at the next guy. I'm so sensitive. Yeah, man. It was such a great wedding, man. I love this photo right here. I love it. This is the last photo we took before everybody went into the reception. And two of my best guy friends, they come up to me when everybody's walking in, they go, hey man, you got to have sex at the end of the night. You're married now. I was like, of course, of course. He goes, no, you don't understand. We partied too much during our wedding and passed out. So now every wedding we go to, our wives remind us about it. Don't be a victim, yo.
I grew up very stereotypically in Hong Kong. Like my real name is not even Jimmy, that's my English name. My real name is Man Xing, in Cantonese Man Sing. It stands for 10,000 success. Yeah. I had very ambitious parents, and now I'm telling dick jokes and doing Tai Chi on stage, so. Jimmy was just kind of like an arbitrary English name that just sounded easy. And my dad, he named himself Richard. I was like, Dad, why'd you name yourself Richard? He was like, because I want to be rich. It makes so much sense. And then they named my older brother Roger after the James Bond actor Roger Moore. Yeah, but my brother hated that name. He was like, man, it makes me sound like an old white guy. So eventually he changed his own name to Roy. So now he sounds like an older white guy. And now his full name is Roy Roger, which is the oldest white guy to ever white. I was very good at math. That's a big Asian stereotype. I think there's some truth to that, not because of some weird genetic thing, just because our parents care so much more about mathematics and academics, right? You guys seen it? You guys seen those like Kumon learning centers in those strip malls, right? Right? Kumon learning centers, for you guys that don't know, are basically detention camps for young Asian children. You can tell that place is kind of fucked up by the look of its logo. Because it's supposed to be a smiley face, but it's not really smiling. It's just like, man. My parents were way too cheap to send me to Kumon. They got a different strategy. They never let me use a calculator until I turned 15, so I can work on my brain function. That's an old school Chinese strategy. You know, so when I turned 15, it was a very special occasion. It was basically my quinceañera. My dad just gave me a TI 83 plus. And he looked me in the eyes, and he was like, "You're a woman now, okay?" I know I make fun of my parents, but at the end of the day, I love them very much. I think we all do, right? But Asian people, we don't ever say "I love you" to each other. That's just not our thing. One time I got high and I called my mom. I was like, "Mom, I just want to tell you, Mom, I love you." And you can hear her start like crying on the other side of the line. She was like, "Oh, Jimmy, do you have a cancer?" We just got different ways of showing love. Like when I see my grandmother, I don't give her a hug. I just give her a solid handshake. We're not about that hugging. And Asian grandmas, they're the best. You give her a handshake, she's like a vending machine. You give her a handshake, out comes a red envelope. And you gotta pretend you don't want that shit. You're like, no, please. Okay, thank you. That's just how we show love. My dad still calls me like 20 times a day just to check up on me. It's annoying, but I understand that's how he shows love. I was talking to my friend here, and he was like, "Oh, I haven't talked to my dad in 3 weeks." I'm like, "What, is he in jail?" He was like, "No, I live with him. I just haven't talked to him in 3 weeks." I'm like, "You do understand, if I don't call my dad back in 3 hours, he's gonna call 911. 911, what's your emergency? My son is dead. It's like, "Sir, is everything okay? Is your son dead?" He's like, "No, but he's dead to me." Okay, bye.
I know I look young. Black don't crack, Asian no raisin. That's right. I'm 136 years old. But you know what? They got a name for me. Black and Asian. They call me Blasian. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you hear all the white women? Oh yeah. They love Blasian dudes. Because I'm a starter black. I'm a gateway drug to blackness. I'm like weed for white women, you know what I mean? They start with me and they wind up with James down here. It's tough being Blasian, man. The struggle's real. Because you have two polar opposites in one body. You got black and Asian in one body, always fighting, never getting along. You seen the movie Rush Hour, right? I am Rush Hour, people. I can't do simple things without fighting with myself. Like my girl will get nasty sometimes. She'll be like, "Hey, send me a dirty pic." My black side's like, "Yeah, send that." My Asian side is like, "Oh no, could be trouble." The struggle's real being Blasian. Or mixed. Because no matter where I go, nobody knows what I am. That's when they call me what they want. Yeah. I go to Miami, they're like, hey, you're Puerto Rican. I go to New York, they're like, you're Dominican. I go to Hawaii, they're like, welcome home. I was born and raised in Houston, Texas. Yeah. I went to an all-white school in Houston, Texas. A lot of people don't believe me, so look at that right there. Here I am. I love going to an all-white school, though, you know? I loved it. I got my personality. I got my sense of humor. I learned how to take a joke. And trust me, I heard every stereotypical joke you could hear about being half black and Asian. Like a kid came up to me and went, hey, yo, you know you're the only guy that can steal a car and wreck it on the way home? That's impossible, man. You know how hard it is to steal a car with flip-flops and socks on? Come on now.